What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez, back with another Prize Picks video. We're still talking about January 29th, this Sunday, 4-game NBA slate, but at this time, the first game has already tipped off, so we have 3 games remaining on the schedule. Listen, I think I got my second video uploaded a little too late. I definitely want to give everybody enough time to use my research and use my analysis to their advantage, and I don't think I did that. So I wanted to post a third video and focus a little bit more on the remaining 3 games on this NBA slate. So I have 2 picks that I really like coming from the same game, and I have an extra pick for you as well. So heading on over to the Indiana-Memphis game, I want to take a look at all these numbers on props.cash. And I want to start off with Miles Turner over his 3-point made today. Line sits currently at 1.5. Miles Turner is giving you 2 a game over the last 5 and 10 games. Miles Turner is also attempting 5 3-pointers a game and making a high percentage of them. Minutes look good. Foul trouble is always a concern for Miles Turner, but he hasn't fouled out in 1 game over the last 10 games. So even if he does get in foul trouble, we are not going for PRA or fantasy here. We only need him to hit 2 3-pointers, which I think he can do for us. One thing I like to share with you is the pace of this game is expected to be high. You have the 2 of the 3 fastest teams in the NBA, Memphis at number 2 and then Indiana at number 3. Super fast-paced game. So that equals more possessions. That equals more shot attempts, more volume for shooters. And so I like Miles Turner to go over his 1.5 prop of 3-pointers made. And then going to the other side of the court, going over to Jaren Jackson, and I do like his points on today. Currently set at 17.5, and I know his game log doesn't look all that good, but the whole data breakdown over pace of play applies to Jaren Jackson Jr. as well. But let's take a look at that last game versus Minnesota, since that's the most recent game. Jaren Jackson Jr. shot 5 of 17 from the field and went 0 for 5 from behind the arc. He has not had a game over the last 10 games where he hasn't hit at least 1 3-pointer. So on the season, his 3 points made is hovering around 36%, 35%. So do the math. 36% times 5 equals roughly 2. And that's an additional 6 points. You take those 6 points and add it to where his line ended at 14. It gives him 20. Puts him over a 17.5 line. So the reason I like this is that the shot volume is there. His shots are there. He's involved in the offense, even more so without Steven Adams and Desmond Bane in the lineup. So a lot of things point to him hitting this number today. And there is no massive opposing center on the other side. You know, Rudy Gobert makes things difficult for a lot of people. And Miles Turner doesn't have that matchup today. So I love the pace of play. I like his shot volume. I like the position he's in. And if you just wanted to dig into it a little bit deeper and just check out what he's done at home, over the last 5 games, 3 out of 5 times he's gone over 17.5 points. So sometimes these little things matter, sometimes they don't, but it's always good to consider them and just be aware of them. And in my third pick, going over to LA Cleveland. Now, Donovan Mitchell is officially available for this game, or at least he hasn't been ruled out. So reports show that he was at shoot-around Sunday afternoon, which is always a good sign for a player who was questionable, because when you attend shoot-around, more than likely you'll play. So I noticed also that props.cash removed all of the Clippers props from the board. Now, I don't know if that's because of Donovan Mitchell alone, or if Kawhi or Paul George plan on sitting out the second night of a back-to-back, something I mentioned in my first video. But as it stands, Evan Mobley is still at 16.5 points, full game points, and I really like this. Not because he's gone over it 3 games in a row, but because his shot attempts are there. They've been going up. he has a decent matchup. I mean, not a fantastic matchup, but a decent matchup. When you head on over to his game log and see that when Evan Mobley hits his prop line, 17 points or more, his shot volume is typically up. When he has low attempts from the field, his points are down. The one game that stands out to me is the game against Golden State where he shot only 12. He took 12 attempts from the field, but ended with 17 points. He hit his free throws, and he was 0 for 2 from behind the arc. So a lot of his points probably came inside the paint versus Kevon Looney and Draymond Green, putbacks and things like that. So we need him to shoot a lot. We need him to shoot more than 12 times a game to give us a shot at hitting 16.5 points, but I think he can do it. I mean, 23, 21, 38, 17, 18, 19, 19. He went on quite a stretch of where he hit, well over double digits. So I do like his matchup tonight. I do think he has an opportunity to hit this line and bring it home for us. So those are the 3 additional plays that I have for you. Miles Turner over threes, Jaren Jackson Jr. over points, and then Evan Mobley over points. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by the channel and checking this video out. Drop your favorite prop of the day down below. Let me know who you have your eyes on in terms of player props. Also, let me know what you think about these picks and these observations. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you want to love them? Do you want to leave them? Either way, I'd like to know what is on your mind. Thank you again for hanging out with me for a few minutes and just talking basketball player props. And until my next video, Chavez is out.